Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky, and today we're making this card featuring the triple banner punch. We're using the excess that comes out of the banner punch to decorate the inside. Here are the sizes that you need for today's card, and you can use any pattern paper that you like. I've used the Tranquil textures for this sample. Alright, so we're using the triple banner punch for this card. You do have one piece, and this is for your greeting, that is 1 inch wide, and I've made it 4 inches long. You're just going to slide it down between the 1-inch grooves in the triple banner punch and set that aside. We'll use it for our greeting later. And then you're going to take your strips of designer series paper, and because it's not cardstock, because it's paper, you can do 2 or 3 at a time in the punch. Let me do 3 and show you that's pretty much the same. These are 1.5 inch wide, so they're fitting in the second groove, and this punch also does a 2 inch wide version as well. And I've done these a little shorter than 4 inches long, simply so that I could fit them on the card and also have something on the other side as well. And these scraps that we have, we're going to save those other than the white one, because we're going to use a couple of those on the inside of the card. So now you'll just line up your designer series paper, figure out which order you want it in, and I'm gonna make it kind of coordinate with the size. Actually, I don't think I like that pink. I'm gonna put that there. And then your other side is going to come in this other direction. And I don't want the same cardstock to touch, so I'm going to move this down here on my design. And then I'll just move up with that one. Now this actually is the same paper, 2 sides of this, and I did not use the back side of this particular pattern. So now that I kind of have them placed where I know I want them, and you'll see that some of them come off the edge, it doesn't fit the whole card. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. I'll simply do a strip on the top and the bottom of each piece with adhesive. I'm going to allow a little bit of space between each strip of the banner punched paper. And my 4th one will go off the edge of the card. So I'm only going to put adhesive on what will be the top half. So this background color of cardstock, the soft sea foam that I have on here, is the same color cardstock as my full card. And I've done that purposely so that this is really just to help glue this down rather than an extra layer, just to provide the same color in between as it will be around the edge of the card. Now when you go to do these, don't try and do the top one first. Do one in the middle so that you can really line them up centered with these. If you try and do this one first, you'll think you have it centered, but then when you go to add this one in, it might be slightly off. So don't do the end one first. And there's just a small portion of these that I'm going to show, so you see I've just tried to put adhesive on both sets of tails there. Now for this last one, I'm just putting adhesive on just a little corner because that's all that's going to show up there. That's all that's going to be on the card. And then just take your scissors and snip off the edges. And if you're making more than one card, you can see that these banners have a lot left over. You can use these again for the short side if you do another card of this same design. You could take your trimmer to cut these off if you want. I'm just going to use some nice sharp scissors to do that. And the same with this extra here. Alright, okay, that is pretty much it. That's all that we need to do for the design on the front of the card, other than our greeting. This stamp set is designed for women, but you can do a masculine card with it as well if you skip the Mother's Day stamp. And I like this one. You have truly been a shining example to me. And we're also going to do You're Amazing, and that's a fact. Those can be for men or women. We'll take our Tranquil Tide ink. I'm going to put this one on the front. And I'm going to line up the greeting a little more towards the banner side so that I have room for my linen thread on the other side. And then we also have a greeting on the inside of the card. I think I want to go with the green background there. So just add a little adhesive on those. And I'm just lining up the point kind of between those two lines of words where that break is in the line. That's how I'm lining it up. And that just helps you, it gives you a point to line it up from both the left and the right sides. Right? And we can go ahead and put our card front onto our full card. I'll go ahead and put a third strip of adhesive in the middle. Okay, now we have our greeting here. I'm going to take a sponge dauber and just sponge along the edges of this cardstock just to add a little bit more dimension. We will pop this up with dimensionals, but I'm just going to add a little color to it with my sponge dauber. There we go. And we've got our linen thread. I'm going to go ahead and cut around or wrap around this. Then we'll cut off our tails to even them up, give it a little more texture. 3 is a good amount for this length of banner. Now, we could put it over the green, over the brown. We could even put it up there. Could put it between as well, and I have done that before where you set it off, but I want to have this one just the left edge. And I'm going to go with the lower one here. All right, so there's our card. So thank you guys for joining me. Remember to hit the like button. You can subscribe to my channel, share this video with a friend, and shop on my website if you don't already have a demonstrator. And go have some fun crafting today.